A couple months back, this clip lit up the internet. John Cena doing the iconic "You Can't See Me" while dancing. Or
I love it! Oh, that's so hype!
Or Kim Kardashian taking auto rickshaw rides around the city of Mumbai.
Kim and I in a rickshaw in India.
Kardashian holding the groom's mother's hands in a wedding ceremony. As you might already know, these clips and pictures are taken from Asia's wealthiest business magnate, Mukesh Ambani's son's Anant Ambani's wedding. A wedding where pre-wedding events would put royal weddings to shame. At a figure of around $600 million, this wedding is dubbed as the most expensive wedding to ever take place on this planet. Just to show you by comparison, in the top 5 list of the world's most expensive weddings, the next 4 most expensive weddings combined are nowhere close to this figure. So, obviously, the wedding drew different reactions from different sections of society and the media. While many foreign media went on with their usual rant of rich versus poor in India, and even calling it even vulgar, others focused on the outrageous numbers. But there has been an oversight. While events like these immediately draw attention to the extravagant lives of the rich and the wealthy, it's a genius strategy that can be used for something even better: soft power. So, how does one $600 million Indian wedding showcase India's culture? Before that, we must first understand the difference between hard power and soft power. Hard power is the ability to influence others through coercion, often involving military or economic means. For example, the use of military force by the US in Iraq, or economic sanctions imposed by Western countries on Iran and North Korea, are examples of hard power. On the other hand, there is soft power. Soft power is the ability to shape the preferences and influence the behavior of others through appeal and attraction rather than force. The best examples of soft power are South Korea and Japan. So when I say South Korea, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? K-pop, K-drama, mukbangs, beauty products. Or when I say Japan, what comes to your mind? Manga, anime, sushi. I am sure even if you are not a fan, you must have heard of the boy band BTS. Did you know? BTS alone contributes $5 billion to the South Korean economy. So, when you see BTS or any other K-pop bands or even K-dramas, the first thing that draws your attention is how beautiful their skin looks. This content front in the form of films and music, in turn, creates a demand for their tourism and beauty products, which operates in the back end. If you look at this chart, the arrival of tourism in South Korea went up from 8.79 million to 17.5 million in 2019. So did the export of beauty products. So what soft powers does India have? You see, a civilization as ancient as India has its culture and heritage as the biggest soft power. There is a very common saying in India that every 5 kilometers, the culture changes in India, be it language, food, attire, festivals, rituals, architecture. So what could unite all these into one single thing? Of course, a big fat wedding. So you can see how an event like the Ambani wedding, which quite literally became the talk of the planet, is the perfect place to showcase India's culture. But how is it possible for India's diverse and vibrant culture to be put together as a soft power, and that too in just one wedding? The Ambani wedding has been a culmination of events that went on for 7 months, finally ending in July 2024. For those who aren't familiar with Indian weddings, they can last around 3 to 5 days, including all the pre-wedding, wedding day, and post-wedding rituals. The celebration stretching up to weeks is also not unheard of. That's because Indian weddings are deeply rooted in tradition, with each community having its own set of rituals that need to be performed. These rituals often take place over several days and are considered essential for the proper sanctification of the marriage. So, in the Ambani wedding, which took place over 7 months, starting from January. In January, there was a traditional Mendi ceremony when the bride's hands and feet are decorated with henna. Then there was a Goldana, which is basically a pre-wedding ceremony in Gujaratis, an engagement. The term means jaggery and coriander seeds. The bride's family comes to the groom's residence with gifts and sweets, and then the couple exchanges rings. Then in March, there was a pre-wedding party followed by a European cruise party in May. In the first week of July, there was the musical night Sangeet, and then the Haldi ceremony. a pre-wedding ritual that traditionally sees friends and family bless the marrying couple by applying a turmeric paste to their heads, faces, or bodies. And finally, the wedding took place on the 12th of July and ended with Shubh Ashirwad ceremony, the divine blessing ceremony the day later, and the wedding reception on July 14th. I know you must be thinking, is it really even possible to accomplish this soft power of India's culture and heritage through a wedding? Yes, it's absolutely possible. In fact, it's been done before. UK's royal princesses like Princess Diana, Kate Middleton, and Meghan Markle have been the soft power influencers of British royalty to the world. So every dress, ornament, or accessory they wore became overnight sensations. For example, Kate Middleton, the Princess of Wales, has a Kate effect named after her, whereby every item of clothing or an accessory she wears increases the desirability among 38% of US shoppers. When she wore a blue Isa dress on her engagement, the dress was sold out across multiple countries within a few hours. Similarly, in Meghan's first public outing with Prince Harry at the Invictus Games in Toronto, she was pictured wearing eyewear brand Finley & Company. 24 hours after she was photographed wearing its tortoise frames, the brand had sold £20,000 worth of the glasses. Meghan, so the royals commanded the influence to boost brand sales not just within the UK but across the world. Now let's be honest here, when you see this Ambani wedding, each and every one of those celebrities from Bill Gates to Mark Zuckerberg to John Cena to Nick Jonas to Justin Bieber to the Kardashians had some kind of purpose for this wedding. It could be related to business, influence, popularity, or just a nice gesture of networking with India's richest business family. For example, John Cena is a huge sensation in India, especially for many of his Indian fans who have known him from his WWE days. He first came to India for a WWE event in 2006 and then returned in 2023.
You guys honestly are the best crowd that I have ever been in front of in my entire life.
Then there is Nick Jonas, who is married to Priyanka Chopra, has an unusual nickname in India on his tours and concerts.
Jiju, ladies and gentlemen.
Or Mark Zuckerberg, whose partnership dates back to 2020, when Facebook invested almost $6 billion for a minority stake in geo-platforms. But all the guests who came for the ceremonies stayed in India, enjoyed the 2,500+ Indian cuisines, wore numerous Indian jewelry and traditional attire designed by Indian fashion labels, and celebrated Indian festivities and will take it back when they go home. Also, almost all of the ceremonies of the wedding took place at the Geo Convention Center and the NMACC, which have been constructed with the purpose of displaying India's art, culture, and heritage through various events. This big fat Indian wedding is such a big opportunity that even the Prime Minister of India himself endorsed it. Way back in December 2023, before the Ambani wedding ceremonies commenced, PM Modi himself encouraged the rich and wealthy to wed in India.
मेक इन इंडिया जैसे है ना, वैसे ही एक मूवमेंट चलना चाहिए, वेड इन इंडिया। शादी हिंदुस्तान में करो।
Needless to say, he himself came to the wedding as well. For the Ambanis, they only spent 0.5% of their net worth, but this trillion-dollar opportunity might just become India's biggest soft power yet.